because the referee
has not been boxing all that long. Just for a couple of won his way in by winning the Eastern Trials, and then was finals, even though he won his semifinal match against Danny Rios by a 62-7 margin. So he belongs here.
Well, Anthony Cristodolou is a airport. He stays outside, he says, and he trains in his base, giving a caution to Crist. And as is the case now with amateur boxing, you'll be able to keep track of what happens. The electronic scoring system allows us to keep track just as if balls are going in the bucket, balls are going in the cup, pucks are going in the net. You know when the score takes place, as opposed to Cristodolou and button that for De La Hoya.
The left one, the red jab very well, and that is his calling card. When he stepped up to 132 pounds from 125, he may have lost.
Another caution to Cristodolou for holding. Oscar De La Hoya, but the gentleman that
never met. They've missed each other numerous times at boxing matches, which is such an accessible kind of fellow.
Videos. He's even drawn a portrait of Alexis Arguello. He wants to be an architect, so Oscar De La Hoya has a lot of him, including Olympic gold.
Cristodolou not be against the side if you're going to be effective against him.
At this point, we've watched 40 fights here in 3 days. We have yet to see. These are 132-pounders. They're called lightweight. Now for rarity in the first round, Al. With all the fights that we've seen here at the Olympic trials this week,
in the corner of Anthony Cristodolou, saying you've got to get on the inside, and that's what Cristodolou is starting to do.
Again, solid punches landing in value. The white plate with the knuckle of the front or sides of the head or body above the back body, or pretty narrow range of a
criteria. But that is basically it. And Cristodolou, of course, has put his first
and then changed and boxed in line of boxing.
That Joel is so used to seeing, and there's the left hook underneath. You know, De La Hoya looked really flat in beating Lupi Suarez. Step up his performance, so has De La Hoya.
The ring, he was an absolute.
90% of the boxers you run into, contrary to public opinion, or to what people.
130, certainly considered one of the.
Ranked number 2, and it certainly would be considered a top medal. Cristodolou came into the spout competition, and
his opponent Anthony Cristodolou in blue. And Al, I think you documented it perfectly. I think Cristodolou, while he's just outmanned, he's out experienced.
Well, he's come to a level, and against the boxing international experience.
And I think we've had in La Hoya. Let me tell you a story about East Los Angeles. In '91, he was walking his girlfriend home, and he was robbed by 5 men with a gun, dollars in it. 2 hours later, when they've taken the wallet of, respect for a young man in any city.
And you mentioned that's why that happened. There's the official score by the judges offensively, and we have this at the box office in a couple of weeks.
To explain the box office, a 5-man committee chooses that did not win their weight class, and they have a chance to make the class winner here. So I'm not sure it will be.
Well, certainly he and Eric Griffin, probably two of the Griffin, who has already won here at these trials, two of the odds-on favorites to make that team. I believe he became less effective. If you land 6 jabs, and they're very clear jabs, but of course in amateur boxing you land always at an impact, but here it's more precise, as you say.
In Worcester, Massachusetts, we will stay
by far.